All right.
We're on the same side here, mate.
Fizzy drink is just short for fizzy pop, I'm telling you. All right, next band. Shanji's Rumble, obviously, take it off of the board. Yone, Silas, both respect band away from Creme. Vi, the Lucian and Jace still taken off the board.
Surely.
Wukong. Now, you rinse and repeat with the Xayah Rakan for OD.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, you're hovering the Jacks. I think it's just a bit of a funny but there's no way that you give up Xayah Rakan if you have the opportunity for it, especially considering top esports already have the Wukong. We're going to try and split those two up, and I think OMG can just go straight into something like the Sejuani as well. Just look for straight up team fighting, and there you go. You can then also index into one of Creme's melee champions on R4 or on R5 and feel alright about it. Top esports though, more scaling now for JackeyLove and Mark, Zeri Lulu. We don't know what to expect there, as you called out the Tristana as being a very important pick, and it's going to go through here instead of the jungle now.
Yeah, nice one there with the Tristana locked in. I'm just looking at the faces on the players. You see Wayward is still just like giggling away to himself in the top side. Like, he's happy. He's well happy with what's going on, even though he just got absolutely smacked in the previous game. And then it pans to JackeyLove and Mark, and it is like serious game face as they lock in the Zeri and the Lulu. LeBlanc going to be banned away from Rookie once more. We'll see where we go in the draft from here. I'm kind of surprised to see the LeBlanc ban, honestly, with that Tristana, because Creme looked like he was comfortable into the LeBlanc.
Comfortable, yes, but if you have the opportunity to trim away at what is a very strong mid-jungle 2v2, I think you always still take it, right? And that's the mentality I think OMG are coming into it with. Even though Creme looked very comfortable, I don't think it necessarily matters. It's just more about ensuring that Rookie's on something that doesn't necessarily facilitate that 2v2 to be as strong as it potentially could be, especially when OMG are going to be eating jungle bans here. And they know that realistically their jungler might not necessarily be the strongest in the 2v2 skirmishing, and top esports kind of more buying into the team fighting side, right? With the Maokai. Yeah. Obviously Maokai has early setup, but obviously it's team fighting that you really, and the objective setting up that you really pick that Maokai for. Kennen, okay.
I thought they were going to ban the Sejuani. I was thinking, if you ban Sejuani here, what jungler do you go for? But actually, Aki's just going to go for an Elise anyway. This is the first time he'll play Elise this year.
Wow, okay. So first time Elise, but I think this is a really scary setup now for top esports, because you've got a mid lane matchup where sure you're going to find a counter pick, but Tristana plus Elise is just so much burst damage. Bottom side as well, a 2v2 where you can expect to find at least, you know, a little bit of agency, potentially burst damage, and we see so many times where Elise gets locked in and then the game, like the pace of the game just changes immediately, right? It's all about where she is and what she can achieve on the map. Rookie, it looks like, is going to be piloting the Gragas as just kind of a disruption tool and one that can't necessarily be locked down super easily. And maybe Wayward goes towards the Cassante, takes that one away from Shanji, and it forces him onto something a little bit different. I mean, for me though, even if he does go towards his Cassante, I feel like Shanji's going to have something up his sleeve, right? It doesn't matter what it is. He will find something. Whether he throws back the Olaf... No, actually, we're going to get Gragas in the top side. I don't mind this either. I think Ahri obviously makes a lot of sense. I buy the fantasy a little bit more of chucking Gragas in the mid lane, because I feel like it would have survived a little bit easier, and Ahri can definitely fall prey to this mid jungle with a brief misstep. So that'll be the lane assignment here for top esports. Still not definitely a big problem, but for OMG, if they slam this Sion, this just says to me, we're playing bot 3v3 and we're playing 2v2 in the mid jungle. We don't care about the top side. We do not care. And it seems like that is going to be the case here for OMG. Full send on the bottom side. I want to see proactive plays from Aki. And I think from the opposite side for Tian, he just has to do his best to track where this Elise is going, because until the level 6s come in, the skirmishing is just not going to be on their side at all in the early levels.
So we'll see if Tian can keep a track of Aki in that early game. And I mean, there is plenty of snowball potential on the side of OMG if Aki does get the ball rolling, like Creme and Abel, both of them on carries that will take over a game, given the opportunity. The Ahri and Zeri, no slam
engages. I just feel like, as you said, early game being so crucial, with that in mind, you have to favor OMG for the first 15, maybe even 20 minutes of the game. See how things pan out as we get onto the rift for game number 3.
Certainly do. Top Esports OMG game number 3. Ppgod versus Rookie. Teammates against each other. And Ppgod answering back after game number 1 here. Rookie looking to get some damage done. I don't think any wards went down from Ppgod there. In fact, Ppgod has a sweeper, so it was very unlikely that he was going to ward.
I think very cheeky. What Ppgod was looking for was the classic W over the back of the Dragon Pit wall or Baron Pit wall, and then just catch whoever's playing, you know, Scrim Guard here or Scrum Guard here on this entrance. Gets found out, but it looks like a late invade going to be happening. And I mean, why not? You have at least Xayah Rakan. There's no reason for this to not happen. Shanji's also here because he's Sion. So why not? Will Rookie spot it out? He's waiting, and he's going to see it.
Yes, he will.
So they have information. They know it's happening. But how will Top Esports respond?
Play.
Yeah.
It's a full 5-man play here.
Oh, they're doing the... Okay, they're doing the double jungle thing. So, the idea is clear 3 camps, though this could get a bit awkward considering where April and Ppgod are. And we'll just find the chunk pad.
2v2. Tian's just going to try and take his Krugs before the play can continue. JackeyLove, in the meantime, is absolutely destroying the health bars of OMG's bottom lane. Shanji moving into the bottom lane as well. It's pure chaos to start game number 3 here. JackeyLove in trouble as Shanji walks on forwards, looking for the knockup, but Mark flashes away. And now Shanji, the next target. But you should be able to walk this one out. Elise now behind enemy lines. Aki with an opportunity, but Tian using the warrior tricks gets out. It's absolute shenanigans in game 3.
Okay. OMG channeling their best BDS impression from a couple of weeks ago. Except Shanji isn't going to fall 7 levels behind, or whatever the nonsense that was. And honestly, I've got to say, I really like the adaptation from Tian in particular. Just going down towards the Krugs and saying, you know what, I know this invade is going on. As long as I can stop Elise from hitting level 3 and being down here on the bottom side of Shanji, my job is kind of done. So I really, really respect that. And Shanji, at the end of the day, also, before he teleported, got Mark's flash. So Mark is very vulnerable to a potential play. And I think Aki's still going to commit for this. It just looked a bit awkward, maybe like he was on vision, but they're going to go forward now.
You have to assume JackeyLove has his E. Oh, jumps into the cocoon. The cleanse is still there, though. So he'll be okay. The repel out to the minion wave. Another summoner burn.
You know, I actually think JackeyLove tanked that on purpose. I think the target was probably Mark because he has no flash, right? So JackeyLove just kind of just tanks it, which is pretty good. Yeah, the target was definitely for Mark. And now the counter invade will be up here for Tian on the red buff.
All right, so Tian will be able to get himself something. It's wayward. You can see pretty reasonable CS lead off of the back of that ridiculousness. Oh no, and every single minion dies. It's a nightmare for Shanji. Not going to be the end of the world on the Sion, though. Like, let's be honest. Of all champions to miss CS on. Okay, Aki, attempt number 19 in the bottom lane as JackeyLove hitting the tower. Mark, still no flash. JackeyLove has his. JackeyLove can just E over the wall. Can Mark get out is the question. Stun lands.
No.
Do they have the damage? Knockup is there. Mark gets a shield, but will go down. First blood comes on through in the end. It's Ppgod to take it.
Yeah, but for all this investment and the fact they also abandoned the wave, the fact that Ppgod gets the first blood credit, maybe doesn't feel as bad for Top Esports as it kind of looks. Especially considering how many investment ganks Aki sent down here. You really wanted that to go on to Abel, or at the very least, the Elise. So, first blood is still finally adhered to it, finally comes through. I don't think it's that bad in the grand scheme of things. We'll see whether or not OMG continue to force the plays down here on the bottom side, as, again, you know, it's kind of the MO of the draft and the composition.
Tian's only level 3 here.
Jump out.
Creme will jump over the wall. Just takes an extra tap there. The red buff will stop the recall as Ppgod's arrived in the mid lane as well. Wayward here, trying to bully Shanji as much as he can. I'm surprised that they're the same level, honestly, after everything that happened at level 1. Grasp, going to be doing some work here. Shanji, no mana though. Tian moves into the lane. There's a flash. The sustain is there from Wayward as well. Shanji flashes. Aki moving in as well. Tian has to not go too aggressive on this one. Does still have. Warrior tricks are available. And Aki won't be able to make the play happen.
Dude, this early game is so funny.
This is more like it. This is what we wanted.
Yes, okay. I will underline it by saying this is exactly what I wanted and what we wanted. However, how these plays are unfolding is pretty comical. It's pretty funny. Pretty funny for sure. Now, I think OMG just need to keep the same tempo up, right? Just, you know, keep sending Aki lane to lane. And he's got no camps on the top side. He's got camps on the bottom side. But if he's to go by what we've been seeing, probably going to skip them and run straight to bot lane, as Rookie eats a pretty meaty trade. Lethal tempo auto as well, just on the back end. And another one.
But keeping that lethal tempo up as well, which does make it tough. At extended range, as Rookie also needs the tower. He's having a bit of a struggle in this matchup, but managing to stay relatively even in CS, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, exactly. Stay even, or stay close to, right? Within sort of one wave, feels pretty good. Aki's on this dragon, because he's got Prio in mid and bot, but top esports don't care about Prio, and they're here anyway. So
JackeyLove's just cleared the wave. Be in trouble, 2K on the Drake. Aki's the one in trouble, actually. He's a level down as well. Repel comes on through. Aki gets the Drake. Can he survive? It's Tian to go down to start the fight off. A Drake, a kill, and now another flash from Mark. He's not had a second of flash available all game. Rookie with an ult into the play, but Abel survives. And it's Creme to get the kill in the end. Wayward has come down for the dragon play, but he's too little and he's too late. And in the meantime, Shanji's hitting a tower.
Yeah, Shanji's getting plates on the top side. Ppgod's going to interrupt the base on the back end. It's just all going wrong for top esports. They're the one that invest numbers into this play. They could have just let this dragon go down for free and just kind of just taken the L. You know, just gone, you know what? Good job, OMG. You outmaneuvered us. But they don't. And it turns up to be a 50-50, and the coin lands OMG. Easy as that. Q smite too hard to deal with. And the fight that ensues is just super one-sided because it's OMG with the numbers advantage.
And this feels desperate, right? The fact that they're overforcing this. The fact that, again, these buster shots following everyone across the map. Look how happy the OMG fans are. And rightly so, because in game number 2, it was Shanji doing an early roam at level 5 to influence a dragon play. This time around, it's Wayward to make that roam, but doesn't get there in time to influence the play. And it means that OMG just get advantages across the board. That early lead in the top lane has been minimized.
Yep, exactly. All of a sudden, all of the work Wayward had kind of laid out in front of him, to be fair. Undone. And now, top esports at the very least, it looks like they're going to start this Herald. Ppgod did open out onto the map on the top side, but it doesn't seem like OMG are interested in this one at all. So they will just give it over. So my guesstimation here is that we end up seeing a bit of a cross-map play onto the bottom side. I'm unsure if Abel is stacking a wave or anything to prepare for it or not, but it does look to be the case. So as the rest of top esports sort of return down to the bottom side here, see a slow collapse, they won't see that ward. So top esports know this is going on, but OMG don't know there could be a response. And how scary is the collapse?
Rookie's here as well. Ward comes down, but it's instantly cleared by JackeyLove. In the meantime, Abel just crashes away, gets himself a free plate. Might even be able to get a second one, honestly, on this one, as JackeyLove arrives. Just going to have to clear the wave, though. And the second plate won't go down. But again, these small advantages being picked up by OMG, they're just straight up better at macro.
Yeah, so far they are. So far they are. Is Creme going to get caught out where he tricks the flash?
There's a knock-up from the Cyclone. Creme, watch out for his jump. That's going to be crucial, but the charm is going to land. The Cyclone is going to land. He never even gets to jump.
I don't know. Did he just not have it? That's my guess there. And it's like, the reason why that play went down is perhaps rocket jump got used by Creme at some point off screen. So, goes down. And now the play will be returned in favor. Herald in the mid lane, 2 plates at the very least. I don't think they'll be able to shove it down to 3. But still, cash gold injection feels pretty good for top esports. Close that gap. It's starting to open up to almost 1.5k, much needed, like you say,
JackeyLove trading back and forth on the bottom side. Does have a bit of a CS lead.
Let's
take another look.
Let's see.
He must have jumped in. Yeah, okay, there it is.
Just as we panned up. Like, we panned up here. So we didn't quite have information. There was no rocket jump, so it's just on cooldown. You can kind of see as soon as he starts kiting down instead of back up towards his tower, you kind of know. There is no rocket jump, so just punished for a little bit of over-aggression. Really nice from top esports. OMG need to keep a certain level of discipline, right? Even though you did, you just had that massive one-handed or one-sided game rather. Top esports aren't a team that you can disrespect.
No, absolutely not. I mean, like, if you're trying to win on hands, like players like Rookie and JackeyLove, they are not the players you want to try and play the hands game with. As Rookie and Tian managing to make the play happen. JackeyLove will be able to get himself a plate. Can even just zip away if he needs to, but doesn't even need to. And we are now in a much more even early game, right? Where OMG only have a 1,000 gold lead at 11 minutes. And perhaps this could be the game where we do have a close early game. We end up in a close mid game. It would be so exciting to see as Shanji has actually managed to find himself the advantage in this top side, right? Like, only a tiny bit of CS down, but crucially, already has a plate for himself as well. So, slightly ahead of Wayward despite everything that happened at level 1. Wayward's roamed towards the Drake, really biting him in the bum.
Yeah, it really is. And can I just say, how stupid is Sion Q? Oh, wow. Oh,
you're just going to say,
my bad.
Why ask for permission if you'd...
Yeah. But how stupid is Sion Q hitbox, man? Like, it's so silly.
It's so massively outside of the line that it draws on the map. Why draw a line if you're going to ignore the line in the first place?
It's like a coloring book, which is just wrong. You know, just wrong. That was a really nice charm to stop a potential hard trade coming in. And the second dragon of the game is going to go over to OMG. So, or will it? We'll go to OMG. You never know. You never know. Maybe JackeyLove steals that with the W.
Yeah, he certainly gave it an attempt. Do you know, I'm not sure I've ever seen Azeri steal a Drake with a W since they changed it away from literally being a Lux laser.
Yeah.
I feel like they always give it an attempt, and rightly so, but I don't feel like we ever see it.
I'm glad that we don't have that version of Zeri in the game anymore. That's...
I know. Not that this version of Zeri is that much better.
I mean,
still
be fair,
problematic,
though, like, but the old version was so obnoxious because the W was magic damage, and also had that like weird crit scaling to it as well. I think it probably still has the crit scaling as like now, but
it's just minimized. Yeah,
it just feels a little more. You know, if you're a frontline champ, you get to itemize against it, right? Like, that's it. That's a JackeyLove skate over the wall because Zeri was made in 2022.
He'll be all right on this one. Tian moving down to the bottom side. There's no Drake up on the map, despite the fact that both junglers are here in the bottom side. Just fighting over this wave. As Mark could be in trouble, but uses the whimsy to give himself a bit of movement speed and get himself out to safety.
Yeah, and actually one thing I want to highlight, maybe not the right time, because Aki's setting up for a lane gank. OMG rolled Chemtech, so it's just a bad dragon. It's a bad dragon. So
it's not great.
No, it's not ideal if you're trying to snowball a game. Now, speaking of trying to snowball,
Cocoon, bit of follow-up damage, but that's all they've got. They just don't have the damage to deal with the Lulu right now.
Nope. So, pace of the game slowed down, and I've got to say, it just flat out, it benefits top esports. There's not really too much to say. The longer the game goes on, the less the gold lead that OMG have accrued matters, and just generally, it gives yourself the opportunity to open up Zeri and Lulu to... Zeri and Lulu. just Zeri and Lulu all over the place. So, I think even though OMG have the double AD carry and they'll never lack the damage, it's more about top esports having a longer game, which means more opportunity to catch back up. And also just find charms, find big ultimates from either Wayward or Tian to set up for that fight to go down. So, I guess the big question off the back of that statement is, where do OMG go from there, right, Munch? And I think Herald being up is going to help, but I don't really feel like it gets them too much. So waiting maybe till 2 items and then trying to force a Baron with the double AD carry is probably their best shot at trying to get a concise snowball. But for now, at this pace, top esports can kind of just, they can almost fall asleep at the wheel in this game state, to be honest with you. They are really chilling.
Forget cruise control, they're an autopilot at this point. They are just flying through the galaxy. And, like you say, fully asleep. And rightly so, because Aki, the pressure is on him to make things happen. But apparently not. Top esports still do want to fight. One and ulti out from Wayward. And JackeyLove picking up the kill. No, Tian to get the first one onto Aki here. Herald still alive, but Smite in favor of top esports. In goes Ppgod, and down goes Ppgod. A great pickup by top esports as the buster shot trying to keep Creme and Shanji safe. Oh, the flash shot from Rookie is gorgeous. And now JackeyLove with his first.
The chase down is excellent, but the engage from Wayward was even better. And they get the Herald as well, top esports. They needed that. They really, really needed that. Not in the sense that they were in a hole, like we were just saying. They were in cruise control, to be honest with you, but to now be able to take control of the map, that's going to feel like an excellent starting point.
Yeah.
Now with the Herald, they can just open up on the map wherever.
I think that's a big difference between top teams and mid teams in the LPL is, yes, you can just cruise control here, but why let them have a Herald that you can deny it? When Wayward's pulling out plays like this, you can absolutely deny it.
Yeah, and also just locked up Aki before he can even repel. Awesome stuff. And yeah, OMG just... I'm not sure why Ppgod Goblin. I'm just gonna say it. Sometimes you can give justification to things. Sometimes you can't. And that is one of those moments where you just can't. Great flash charm from Rookie.
That
Locks
hits
down
either
extra
of
kill
them.
for JackeyLove. Yep.
It flash predicts both players simultaneously. If Shanji doesn't flash, it hits Creme. That is an insane charm. Rookie's pretty good at League of Legends, I'm willing to say.
Rookie's the GOAT. Oh, he missed that cannon though, so maybe he's not good.
Yeah, I'd take it all back.
He's not good. Yeah,
End of his career, he's washed.
-1.
All right, Ppgod trying to make a play in the mid lane, but he's spotted out here. Drake is up onto the map, and Wayward, he's a beefy boy. He's got that sustain. This Rookie moves in as well. We're just going to 5v5 this one. Herald in the mid lane. Oh, a great charm onto Ppgod. Everfrost is there, and knocked back into the team! The solo laners are now Cyclone from Tian as well. Able 1v1 by the jungler atop Esports. And OMG, it felt like they had control and they've completely crumbled.
Completely crumbled. 2 skirmishes back to back. No discipline. Simple as that. OMG did not have the setup required on both objectives. And top Esports just pounced. Easy. Super, super easy. Another cast from Wayward as well, which is just super good. Finds another high-value target, and they snowball the team fight. OMG just routed in the space of about 3 minutes.
Yeah. And honestly, if Wayward doesn't get MVP after these last 2 fights, I'll be very disappointed because, you know, it's a great charm and everything, but the follow-up there off of the Everfrost, just beautiful.
And that's why you build Everfrost, you know? Don't need Ludens if you can lock down a target and get them back into the rest of the team. As yeah, chase down, super easy, and like you said, it's just all off the back of the Wayward cask. OMG kind of just sent back it, right? It just felt really, really awkward to navigate this team fight once Ppgod is gone, because he is one of the facets of the engage, and the fact that Tian hit so many members with that flash engage of his own off the back end just made it an unwinnable fight for OMG.
Phenomenal stuff here. And actually Tian doing almost the most damage, almost matching this area. And that's off of the back of that 3-person Cyclone he was able to find. And now OMG kind of left scratching their heads, it feels like, because this is a composition that, like we said, I mean, it's not like it doesn't have scaling, you know? Xayah, Tristana, and a Sion, they certainly can scale into the late game. It's just, how does it function in a team fight versus that of a Zeri Lulu with a big tank Gragas with a Wukong to set up the team fights? It feels very difficult to pilot when you don't have control of the map. And right now, they absolutely do not have control. 10 stacks for Rookie, by the way. Little Dark Seal check there in the mid lane.
Magi's? Mod check? Magi's? We'll see.
I'm ready to read. I'm ready to read. Give me a book.
I like reading. Yeah, reading's pretty cool. It's not bad.
I quite often read the back of a shampoo bottle when I'm dropping the kids off at the pool.
What? Okay.
That's the majority of my reading, I'll be honest.
That's your reading. Yeah. I'm not very read up either, to be honest. I don't know. I don't find books necessarily interesting. I'm like a...
Oof. Right, I'm going to steer us away before you say something that everyone on Twitter is going to rail you for. 8-3 on the scoreboard as the third tower is taken down. The second one in the mid lane. It's a 4,000 gold lead for top esports. Oh, Creme could be in big trouble. He's tanking the tower here. I'm not sure if he realized as Wayward is going to save the tower. No, he's not. Creme jumps onto it. Wayward, have you got enough to finish the job? No ultimate available. Creme has his buster shot. Oh, but here comes Tian. Here comes Tian. Creme trying to lifesteal, but he's taking just as much damage from the wave as he was lifestealing. And Tian will finish the job. He did get the damage down.
Yeah, maybe if the buster shot is completely buffered, but coming out of the Warrior Trickster, a little bit too hard to react to. So, I guess Creme got the tower, so, you know, feels good. It was an objective bounty too, right? So everyone gets gold. Great stuff. Great stuff. But the pressure is still felt on the map, Munch, and I think that's the big problem right now for OMG. With no map pressure, it feels like their plays are super duper limited.
Yeah.
And Top Esports can just continue to take control and do what they're doing right now. They can wait for the next dragon to spawn up. JackeyLove's got 2 and a bit items. Rookie's probably basing for Omegis, right? Aware. And then the next fight the Top Esports take, you have to imagine, is just theirs, because they are up in items just about everywhere across the board.
Yep. And this is feeling a bit like game number 1, right? Where Top Esports get themselves an early lead and then essentially just slam the brakes and say, look, the onus is on you to stop us now. We are going to very slowly win through macro and take control of the game that way. We're not just going to brute force fights anymore. Which, you know, like comparatively to historic Top Esports, that is a very different look. They might have found some picks up on the top side though. Ppgod is there alongside Aki Creme. This is a 5-man play from Top Esports. That tower is not going to be able to protect you. We've got a big old dive on our way. Wayward there, ready to tank up if he needs to.
There is a hero caster minion holding up the wave right now.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
in fact, he's deleted the wave.
He's deleted the wave.
Minion. He just 1v6'd the wave. That minion.
What the hell?
Unbelievable techers. He's literally Spartan minion.
OMG need to give that minion a contract, like right now.
Someone
get him a jersey. A lot of the LPL teams have numbers on their back as well. Get that minion a number and all.
Certainly, I think you'd get more than a minimum contract at this point. Fantastic. So, fortunately for him, offers in the LCS could be better off the ground. Rookie does take a bit of damage there, but he won't be able to follow up too much. This has been a weird series of plays on the top side, where it feels like Top Esports are kind of leaning, but not really willing to commit to anything.
Yeah, it's certainly very strange. Dragon is up as well, so I guess Top Esports will go and play for that. Do you know what I'm waiting for, Munch? I'm waiting for the Magi from Rookie, which he didn't buy because he went needlessly larger odds, so it's okay. You know,
didn't buy and get one either.
Yeah, there's always next series against LMG, right? Or next game, I guess. We're not done with the series yet. Soon, I'm sure it'll happen. OMG and Creme specifically will get this tower, so a little bit more gold traded back, an objective bounty as well. So the gold slowly clawing its way into a position where OMG could maybe feel comfortable. I don't read Mandarin, but I think by the noise cue that the objective bounties are going to fall off. Yeah, you can see in the bottom right-hand corner of the minimap, objective bounties will be falling off. So the game has determined that OMG are close enough to not require that comeback mechanic. And I mean, if you take a step back, look at the inventories, they're kind of almost there. You know, item completions are the most important thing in League of Legends. They change how champions work. And right now, OMG are even in complete items, but not necessarily components. And that's about it. So I think considering how the last 5 to almost 10 minutes went, Munch, they can call that a win.
Yeah, slowing the game down and managing to match the plays that Top Esports were trying to set up, right? Like the potential dive at the top side and answered by OMG, with Shanji pushing at the bottom side simultaneously. Now Top Esports just going to try and take an inhib tower in the mid lane. Won't be able to brute force this one quite. OMG with enough presence here to deny.
Just about. I was wondering if Shanji was going to press Zaki. It did, didn't it? It was yeah, I think ambitious is just the perfect word to describe that. But with the Dragon off the map, they'll take control of the top side surely, and then look for a Baron takedown or a Baron attempt, draw OMG into a team fight where you look for a good turnaround. Wayward's had 2 great casts back-to-back. Tian as well had an awesome engage. Yeah, just deny vision. Just constantly here. And I like the vision toggle, though we need to see where Rookie and where Tian are going back to. But just a brief look at how little information there is for OMG on the top side.
Interesting to see the build from Rookie as well with the Everfrost. With the Shadow Flame, it's like you obviously, we all know Nymera, not a huge fan of the Everfrost, so, generally speaking, not enough damage, but still building damage alongside it, right? Having that Shadow Flame, has 10 stacks on the Dark Seal.
I'm gonna be honest.
Will still bring damage to the party.
I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Ari still deals damage. Oh, yeah. But, oh, -1 Wayward. Happens to the best of us.
Oh, did you see him on the cam? He's gutted. He can't believe he just missed the cannon. He knows that Twitch is going to be spamming him.
He knows. But I feel like in a game like this, Everfrost is probably going to give you more value anyway. Just simply because you are working with so many squishies in the sense of if you find a charm or you get an Everfrost and force out a key spell, that's likely more valuable than what Ludens will give you. There's not really a lot of setup for the rest of the team to give Rookie free charms and free setups, etc. So I like it more here. Also, Everfrost deals more damage in one combo. Just gonna throw it out there. Ludens actually deals a little bit less, because it's got a little less scaling. But if you get another cast of Ludens, right, because it's on a very short cooldown, it's like 8 seconds or whatever. Wayward. Oh my god!
That Glasc code! Ppgod sent the wrong way, but look, there's a TP coming out from Shanji.
Okay.
I don't think they can take out the side at this point.
Nope. Won't happen. It's fine. The
Blast cone shenanigans. You know, that felt like a Wayward ult, but it wasn't. It was a Blast cone. Very close to disaster for OMG. And top Esports are like, look, you don't have vision. We're just going to start the Baron. And Ppgod's like, look, I do have vision as he drops the ward over the wall. And OMG trying to get into position to contest. Take a look at where Abel is on the minimap. He's having to walk all the way around. He's just in the red buff currently. Wayward and Rookie looking to try and find a pick onto him. Abel's there. Rookie surely will pounce. No, doesn't pull the trigger. Shanji moving forwards. Wayward tanking in the meantime, but he's not tanking enough. Wild Growth has to come through. Flashes out to safety. And knocked back onto Abel. As Tian still in the pit, still tethering the Baron for the time being. Are they going to commit to this one? Aki trying to get into the pit. It's a 50-50. Rookie gets it. And now absolute carnage in the Baron pit. Ppgod with the knockup, but doesn't have the help. Rookie back into the pit once more. Aki down. JackeyLove stacking. Shanji on the front line. In goes Abel, but he can't find the kills. Double for Jackie. Triple as he looks for Creme. The quadra kill is in. And Top Esports take over the game.
That was almost a Top Esports Baron moment. It looked sketchy, but Rookie had the smite with the spell book. I promise you, it wasn't as flipped as it looked. That's why they go for the execute. They find it. And in the fight that ensues, no one can lock down JackeyLove. Initially, he dashes over the back of the Baron pit and then just flashes back in for the repositioning and opens up onto OMG. No one can touch him. Quadra kill for the game. Baron, base opened. This feels pretty good. We'll take a look at the replay. As initially, Wayward gets chunked out so quickly that maybe you're thinking this fight is actually going to be pretty one-sided. All of a sudden, maybe Top Esports have kind of overstepped their bounds. Like you said, Tian's still tethering the Baron, still keeping it leashed, but it's the double smite here. There's a brief window where maybe it could have been smited away by Aki, but the framing is just so small. He's probably not expecting it at 2k. JackeyLove dashes over the wall. Once he sees he has to flash back in, he goes immediately. And then look at this. All of the extra AoE damage between the ultimate, between the Runans. Just super good. And you can't forward try it.
I like the idea from Abel, you know?
Yeah.
The flash feathers, but...
It's like, do you remember that old, the old cinematic with Xayah and Zed and Rakan? Where Xayah tries to do some similar stuff there to Zed. That's what, you know, maybe he was just watching the cinematic and he wanted to try and recreate it, but with Top Esports. And it didn't work out. Didn't work out, but you can respect him for trying.
Didn't quite have the damage to make it work. Now Baron in pocket. Top Esports poised to potentially just finish this one off. You see Creme on the other side of the map has TP available, but these towers will not last long. You see JackeyLove just shredding through them. Now looking for more onto Shanji as well. It's a 3.5 item Zeri, and JackeyLove knows it. This will be 2 inhibs taken. And they're not just going to stop at inhibs. Creme, yeah, he's going to get a tier 2 for himself, but is that worth your entire pace? The recall now finally being channeled. He needs to get here if he wants to stay in the game. Top Esports looking for more as first Nexus turret halfway down. Still 20 seconds on that Baron. They've got another wave. These cannons will do the work for them. Rookie with a charm slightly wide. As OMG holding on for the time being. An extended stare off just outside the Nexus.
Mexican standoff. I can hear the music. Rookie goes forward. Won't find anyone with the charm or the Everfrost.
Just an inch away from finding it. Shanji stepping forward once again, and I don't think they've done it. They've run out of Baron at this point. Rookie can't find anything with the Spirit Rush. Everyone hops over the wall, and OMG have managed to survive the standoff. 3 tricks for top esports, 2 inhibs, a 7,000 gold lead.
They're just looking to see if OMG... Yeah, that's what they're looking for. They're looking to see if anyone face checks. That's why they were kind of apprehensive about immediately recalling. They'll do it now, though. Nothing on the map to lose. Maybe this tier 1, I guess, but honestly, pretty big consolation prize at best. Yeah, so they won't lose that. And top esports, they still get the damage done. It's just not really as much as you would maybe expect of a gold lead like that. And I mean, kind of following the trend from game 1, where even with a pretty sizable lead, man, I don't know how to frame this, right? But top esports, whether you want to say struggling to close out or being very, very tentative about it and not overstepping boundaries.
Yeah.
But still with the lead and with the control is, you know, the underlying fact. And they will move up towards the top side and look to work on the final lane with towers left in it.
It feels kind of funny, honestly, to see top esports playing such a patient style of gameplay when they have the lead. Like, it's the polar opposite of what you'd historically expect from this team, but trying to just play it absolutely by the book, dot every single I, cross every single T. Make sure none of your vowels look the same. There's now pushing in the top side as well. The supers are a long way away from the base, so they might not be able to find the siege right now. Oh, it's a great cast, and it's Shanji just melted. The damage easily there from top esports. He's still tanky even in zombie form, but it is not gonna matter. A nice, simple pick. And with an opening like that, might just be everything in. There you go. The cask is there. And another kill picked up. Aki next on the chopping block as Tian gets one for himself. And wow, what a clean fight to finish this one out as top esports just dismantle OMG.
Yeah. Similar to game 1, it almost feels like, right? OMG, however, took a bit of control, I think, by nature of draft, right? First 10, 15 minutes, but after that Herald play, out it. That's all top esports. 2-1 the series. And now OMG backs against the wall. They're going to have to find something for game number 4. And I think top esports, they can, I don't know, this is a strange series to break down, Munch. I really have to say, because we've effectively had 3 stomps now back to back.
On opposite sides.
On opposite sides. And it doesn't really feel like there's a clear theme, other than I feel like in this game, the kind of agency that OMG had was a little bit different. It was more about stomping lane. They didn't really have like proper mid-game tools. And especially after they lost control after the Herald, it felt like there's no real way to play out your team composition against what top esports had with so much mobility and snap engage. Whereas for top esports in, you know, the game where they lost, it was the complete lack of agency to then agency in this one, but in the mid game and not in the early game. So it's tough. I can at the very least say, and we can be very positive about the fact that top esports are playing out disciplined mid to late games, especially after how a lot of the back end of their series went.
And I will say, I got real nervous about that when Baron was started off, but you rightly pointed out with the spellbook in play, it wasn't a 50-50 in the same way they could coordinate their smites to be able to guarantee the objective. So, well, I say guarantee. Maybe not quite guarantee, but as close to guarantee as you could get, really. Yeah, very, very safe game from top esports. Like, that kind of burger flip for Baron, when you got an advantage, it's not really a flip, right? It's like rolling a 3-sided die. So it's not quite a flip. It's like 66%. So, you know, it's a bonus play. It's an advantageous play. I just want them to fight, man. I just want a close game in this series. I feel like that's just stomps back to back. This is not what I expected.
No, this is so strange. It's like I haven't seen a series like this maybe since I started watching competitive league. Like, this is just stomp into stomp into stomp on both sides. And now, you know, to me, all right, OMG, I'm OMG's head coach. I need Shanji off tanks. I need Shanji on the carry, for one. That has to be a thing. And I need to see OMG index into less nuanced skirmishing than what's present here, right? Because I feel like the setup is very wishy-washy, where it's all about vision control between, you know, Elise, Rakan, and you're playing for Cocoon or you're playing for an engage where realistically Ppgod can't like comfortably engage into this team composition, right? Lulu, Ari, Wukong, how do you do it? You're the primary engage, technically, in this kind of setup. It doesn't feel good. So I think just kind of like, you know, in football, right? If you're in America for some reason, I'm watching the LPL at this hour, soccer, get real, where they just say, get it in the box, right? Chuck it up the wing, get it in the box. This is what I actually need to see from OMG here. Something simple. Not even necessarily front to back, just like 2 engage tools, 2 hard engage tools, and Shanji on a carry. That's it. Like, just full send it off the back of that. And I think OMG set themselves up for a really solid formula for top esports. They seem to be very shaken up if they, you know, kind of get pushed a bit. I think this game was handed over to them. So, yeah, I will await bated breath to see what the adaptations are for game number 4. But that is what I need to see from OMG.
Well, for OMG, we just want them to full send. We'll see if they're going to do that right after the break as we head to game number 4. OMG against the